Hey guys, you ready to check those subtraction problems I left you with on the last lesson? Let's go over the subtraction problems here. We have 34, subtract 16. Well, we're going to start with the ones column. Can we take 6 from 4? No, because 6 is bigger than 4. So let's borrow from the tens column. If we borrow from this 3, we'll make this a 2, make this a 14. 14 minus 6. What is 14 minus 6? 8. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. Alright, let's do the next one. 94, subtract 14. Well, 4 minus 4, that's 0, because if I had 4 and I took 4 of them away, I'd have nothing left. 9 minus 1 will give me 8. Over here, we had 326, subtract 188. So again, we want to start right to left, so we're going to start with the ones column. Can we take 8 from 6? No. Again, so let's borrow from the tens column. Take away 1, 2, makes that a 1. This is now a 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. Now we come to this column. Can I take 8 from 1? No, so let's borrow from the hundreds. Make this a 3, make this a 2, and make this an 11. Now we have 11 minus 8, which will give me 3. And then I have 2 minus 1. Gives me 1. So if you check these out, check them out and see how you did. I'll be right back. Before we jump into today's lesson on multiplication, we're going to do a quick review on some of the values of a digit. Alright, I'm holding up a card here and you can see the number is you have a number that is circled. If I would ask you this, what would be the value of this 9? Well, let's see what place value it is. First is the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. Well, we see that the 9 we said was in the tens place, so the value of this 9 would be 9 tens or 90. All right, here we have 723,582. The 5 is in the hundreds place, so what is the value of this 5? The value is 500. Here we have 5,272, and again they ask us the value of this 5, which is circled. The value would be 5,000. Let's do one more. All right, here we have 2,436,052. They want the value of this 2 over here. The value of this 2 over here is in the millions place, therefore it is 2 million. Another quick review I want to do is the parts of addition. So here we have 52 plus 16 equals 68. Well, what would this 52 be? This 52 is an add-in, and we're going to add it to the 16. That's another add-in. And when we have an add-in and an add-in, then we can add them and get a sum. So there's the parts of the addition. Add-in, sum. We have also talked about the parts of subtraction. Here we have 95 minus 63 with the subtraction sign gives us 32. Well, what is this 95? Remember, if we went to the restaurant, there we would find a menu of all things available. So our first number is the menu. Then we are taking away or subtracting. We have a subtraction end, and then we will have a difference. So again, in 95, the first number would be the menu end, everything available. 60 might subtract the 63, that's what we're subtracting, it's called the subtraction end. Then you have the difference. Today we're going to do some quick multiplication. The best thing to do is to learn our multiplication facts. We're going to start by doing the multiplication of the 3 families. We're going to go 3 times 1 to 3 times 12. So here, let's do it together. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 9, 27. 3 times 10, 30. 3 times 11, 33. 3 times 12, 36. Make sure you're practicing your multiplication and your basic math facts. Alright, so we're going to start with some multiplication. Well, when we multiply numbers, we have factors. And we take those factors, and when we use the multiplication sign, we'll multiply them. We will end up with a product. So on this problem, 54 multiply 3. 54 is a factor. 3 is a factor, my answer will then be a product. So we start again with the right side. We go right to left. So we have 3 times 4. 3 times 4 we said was 12. Put it 2. Carry a 1. 3 times 5 is 15 plus the 1 gives me 16. Now we have 13, which is a factor, times 7, which is a factor, and we want to find the product. So we start with 7 times 3 gives me 21. I have to write the 1 and carry the 2. 7 times 1 then is 7 plus 2 gives me 9. Here we have 849, which is a factor, and times 4 again is a factor. We're going to find the product. We have 4 times 9. 4 times 9 is 36. Put the 6 and carry the 3. Then you have 4 times 4, 16 plus 3. 16 plus 3 will give you 19. Carry the 1. Then we have 4 times 8, which is 32, plus 1 is 33. I do not have any more numbers in my factors to factor out, so I have now completed this problem. Now this is a single digit with a single digit factor division or multiplication. I want to show, we're going to try to do some double digit multiplication, and I'm going to show you a little trick to help you with that. As you can see, I wrote 831 times 63. So now we have double digit multiplication. Again, I'm going to start right to left, and I'm going to start with the 3. The 3 comes first. That's where I'll start. And I simply do 3 times 1. That gives me 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 8 gives me 24. Now, I'm not finished with this problem because I still need to factor out the 6. So because we're going to the second column now, we're going to put a space holder here, a 0. You can also, if you need to, you can put an X there. You just want to make sure we don't put any answers there. Okay, so we want to start in the second column. Under the column, we're starting up here. So we have 6 times 1 gives us 6. 6 times 3 gives us 18. Carry the 1. 6 times 8 gives us 48, plus the 1 that we carried gives us 49. Now, notice my numbers are in columns. I do not have floating numbers. I do not have numbers squeezed together. I have them nice and neat in rows. Now, I take this answer and this answer, and I'm going to add them together so that I can get the final product of 831 times 63. So we have 3 plus 0 gives me 3. 9 plus 6 gives me 15. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 gives me 5. 5 plus 8 gives me 13. Carry a 1. Then I have 10 plus 2, which is 12. Carry a 1. 1 plus 4 gives me 5. Every 3 digits gets a comma, so 1, 2, 3, comma. My final product then is 52,353. Now, sometimes people struggle with 2-digit division. So I'm going to show you something called turtle math. Why is it called turtle math? Because we're going to make a turtle. We're going to take this number 2, and we're going to draw a circle around it, and the first factor that we're going to factor. So now, if I want to, I can put a little face, put a little mouth. There you go. All right, so we're going to just focus on 653 times 2. That's all we're focusing on right now. So we have 2 times 3 gives me 6. 2 times 5 gives me 10. 2 times 6 gives me 12, plus the 1 gives me 13. Now, I have factored out this 2. So on my turtle, I'm going to give it a collar. And because I give it a collar, it squeezed it so tight that it laid an egg. All right, so now I'm to the second column, and I'm starting in the second column. All right, so now I have 5 times 3, 15. 5, carry the 1. 5 times 5 is 25, plus the 1 is 26. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 2 gives me 32. Notice again, keep your 1s in the column, your 10s in a column, your 100s in a column, and so forth. So now we have 6 plus 0, 6. 0 plus 5, 5, 3 plus 6, 9, 1 plus 2, 3, bring down my 3, every 3 digits gets a comma, so 1, 2, 3, comma, your product then is 33,956. All right, I'm going to give you a few problems to work on until the next lesson and see how you do from there. All right, I'm going to leave you with 694 multiplied by 2. Again, we have a factor, and I want you to come up with the product. Then we have 27 times 51, and again, we have a factor times a factor. You will find me the product. Here we have 432 as a factor times 12 the factor, and you will find me the product. So I'm going to leave you with these 3 problems, but before we go, let's run quickly through the 3 family of multiplication again. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 9, 27. 3 times 10, 30. 3 times 11, 33. 3 times 12, 36. Keep practicing, guys.